Tommy, cheers for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, can't wait.
What are you like about talking about yourself? Because the next hour gets a bit in depth. Are you going to be okay with that?
Yeah, I'll give it a good go. Yeah, not the best, but we'll have a crack at it.
You're not selling the podcast well, Tommy.
No.
Yes, you love talking about yourself and you love telling stories, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Fantastic. So the season, when we're recording this, has just finished. So that means that, like anyone who works in any form of job, as soon as you get the opportunity, a lot of people go straight on holiday. However, you are not on holiday, even though the season is finished. Can you explain why?
Obviously, season's finished and Victor's got the World Cup coming up. So probably about a couple of weeks ago, Dad's just pulled me and was like, "Oh, would you like to stay in and train with Victor for 2 weeks?" Which I'm obviously going to do. So that's why I'm not on holiday. So me, True and Victor are training. So
just to be really, really clear, did you have plans already? Or
no, I've got a family holiday booked later on.
Okay. So you have selflessly, I'm saying this, I'm not saying this to make you feel uncomfortable, but just because it sets the tone for the rest of the podcast, you've given up 2 weeks of your very short amount of time off to stay and help Viktor Johansson get ready for the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America.
Correct, yeah. But it's worth it. He's a good person, so he's helped me a lot. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll get a good tournament under his belt.
And he'll do the same for you one day?
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
When you say he's a good bloke, we'll talk about what he's like off the pitch in a second, but what do you think that you've learned from him in the time you worked with him, Viktor Johansson?
You know what? I actually haven't worked him a lot. Because when he first come, I went out on loan to Warsaw really early in pre-season, like a day or two in, and then that season was done. I come back a couple of times and trained, but he was managing like quite a lot of things then. So he was on the grass, but he trained before. And then this season, I'd done 5 days away in Marbella with him. So I had a good little period with him then.
That was the pre-season at the start of this year,
yeah,
wasn't it?
And then I went to Leyton Orient. So obviously I didn't see him. Obviously I speak to him, but never trained with him. And then obviously when I come back, he was injured. So within the last 2 weeks, that's the only time really I've trained with him properly. And I've loved it. It's been like, you've got basically a Premier League goalkeeper there to learn off, you know what I mean? So for me as a young player coming through, it's like nothing's better than that.
They talk about the goalkeeping union. Is this what it's all about then, that kind of thing?
Yeah, and I think we've got a really good balance as well. I think Daz has done really well. And the club in a whole, as in we've got Frankie, who's really experienced and brilliant for me, and True coming through. Then you've got Vic, who's in the thick of it all, doing it at the moment. And then obviously me and True are just like eager to learn and just like want to fly around every day, every minute of the day. And then when Gav come in, he's a few years older than me, but he's a bit like Vic, where he's in the thick of his career at the moment and got a lot of games under his belt. So I think we've got a really good balance and learn off each other. Like Frankie's been there, done it all, so we just like look up to him really, and he's like our dad there, to be fair.
I've never spoken to anyone who plays for Stoke yet in all the time we've been doing the podcast, which is now 2 years, and whenever they say the name Frankie Fielding, they don't smile.
Yeah, he's actually one of a kind. Like, he's so good. Like, when you try and explain it to people, like my mum and dad will ask like, "Oh, what's he like?" And I don't actually know how to say it without like, he's someone who you've got to experience being with, you know what I mean? Like, I listened to his podcast today, like we said off camera, and he's literally just the most normal person you'll ever meet in your life. You wouldn't know if he's a footballer or not, you know what I mean? So to have him at the club and like for me to work so close to him is like so good. Like, it's like, yeah, I couldn't imagine it without him.
The thing is as well, I imagine it's more difficult having to stay these extra 2 weeks because obviously you might want to go on your holiday and stuff like that. But also with Viktor Johansson being such a horrible person, it must make it difficult, the fact that you just don't want to spend any more time with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's staying at my house next week, so staying there for the week. His family go back, so
is he?
I invited him round mine, and we'll have a good time, but play a lot of golf. So yeah.
He is the soundest bloke. Just for clarity, he is one of the soundest people you meet.
He's up there with Frank. Like, them two work so well together. Like, Vic's like a younger version of Frank. Like, I reckon when Vic gets to Frankie's age, he'll be exactly the same. Like, he's always looking out for me and the rest of the boys and that. So yeah.
My go-to thing about certain players, and Vic's one of those, is that I say Vic like he's like I know him as a mate, like Victor, which is that if he was a really arrogant, horrible person, you go, yeah, fair enough, because he is that good. But because he's so sound, you think to yourself, you've got to have some flaws, because you can't be really good at football and be as sound as you are, because you've got to be hiding something somewhere.
Yeah, I'm jealous of him, to be fair. Like, he's class at footy, and then he's a really good golfer as well, I've heard. So I think he plays off like single figures. 7, told me today. And I'm like 30 handicap on 4. I'm so bad. So yeah, he plays guitar. Like, he's literally everything you want in a person, really. So yeah, I'm a bit jealous.
Are you hoping it rains next week so you can't play golf?
Yeah. We'll go driving range instead.
Yeah. There's this new thing in Leek that's open, which is like an indoor golfing range. We'll go there, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
You'll be all right
yeah,
with
but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Can we? So what happens is, you'll know this by now, obviously listen to the podcast. What we like to do is go right back to your childhood and then work your way through until the present day and where we are now. So I'm going to take you back to Walsall, a young Tommy Simkin. What are you like?
Quite outgoing, I'd say. Obviously, I've got an older sister, 5 years older than me, and then my mum, my dad, and my nan lives at home as well with us. So it was her house, but then mum and dad got it off her.
Legally, just to be clear, yeah, it's nothing dodgy.
Yeah. But no, I'm just a normal lad. You know, love playing football in the garden. Bugging my dad to come out all the time. And yeah, just living a normal kid's life, really.
Neil and Katie, is that right?
Yeah. Don't know how you know that, but yeah.
And he has got or had is it Simkin Martial Arts Academy?
Yeah, so I've done martial arts growing up, mainly like Jiu Jitsu, which is like grappling. And yeah, I've done that since I could walk, really, up until probably about 10, where like I properly started playing football. I thought that was really good for me, like just probably discipline more than anything. Like, I think if I probably didn't have that, I'd probably be a little bit more like, I don't know how to say it, just probably wouldn't be what I'm like now.
Self-confident.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was really good for me growing up, and I'm glad that I've done it, because probably been brought up into that, like you know what's right and wrong sort of thing. So yeah, loved it.
I love how you mentioned your dad and like martial arts gym. He wasn't just good; he was like very, very good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was alright. Yeah, don't like to give him too much credit, but no, he was good. He was. I think he went to like the Ultimate Fighter or something for the UFC, and he had a bad knee injury. Like, I think he'd done like his ACL or something. I don't know. So he's obviously like coaches and stuff, and he's got a few UFC fighters and that. So I like to try and get to a fight night whenever I can, but obviously with football it's so hard.
So just for clarity, because I think you're probably downplaying a little bit, Neil, I'll sort it out for you. So he was the first person to hold English, British, and European titles all at the same time. Is that right?
From what he's told me, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
don't say it like that. You don't believe him.
No, yeah, he's yeah, basically.
Yeah. So when you are brought up around martial arts, like you obviously were going to be, you mentioned like the self-confidence that it gives you. I suppose there was never going to be any other option, that you're always going to end up in some form of gym then, I presume.
Yeah, like obviously growing up I've always been around it, you know, and I've always been around people older than me. So I've always just like looked up to them and wanted to do that sort of thing. And then obviously when I get a little bit older, no one at school like done stuff like that. They all played football. So I think that's why I like got drawn to football. And Dad didn't want me to play football at all.
Did he not?
No. Don't know why. Like, my uncles all played football. My nan was Olympian. She was indoor runner. I think she holds the record for like 100 or 200 metres, whatever. And my granddad was a runner as well. So
You've got a lot of high standards to keep up.
Yeah, I've got a sporty family, but I think it's just in the genes. Like, my cousin, she plays for Wolves women's team, so yeah.
So you are growing up and you're in the gym a lot, and you're obviously involved in martial arts, and you got to a decent standard as well.
Yeah.
Don't just skim over this. This is like interesting stuff.
I won like British championships and stuff, and then I went to the World Championships in America and I won that. I think I was about 9. About 9. And yeah, won it and then carried on. Yeah, that's it really.
Yeah, I just won a World Championship. Yeah. It's always happening to me.
No, it was a good experience. Like, you know, when you're younger and stuff, like, you don't really think about things like that. It's just like another competition. and I'm really competitive. So like everything I do, I just want to win. So yeah, I think that's where I get my competitive edge from.
Yeah, just going to be disappointed when it's the golf next week with Victor.
Yeah, and I'll get battered.
Yeah, you'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
So, did you know this? You probably know this, but you know there's a video of you when you're about 8 years old grappling on YouTube.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think my dad's friend made that or something. Yeah, I remember it.
They were singing your praises.
Oh, is it?
The commentary. Have you heard the comment? Did you listen to the commentary or did you watch the clip? They're saying like, I don't want to repeat it verbatim, but they were saying very nice things about your style. It looked great to me, but I don't really know much about it. And then they were saying about how, so you are that age and you're growing up and you're at school.
Yeah.
So let me just get this right then. So imagine, for anyone listening to this, you're at school, your dad is proper hard, let's face it.
No, he's soft.
Yeah, okay, fine. You're a world champion in your chosen sport and you're really good at football. School must have been an absolute breeze for you.
I actually found school really hard. Like I'll be like academically, like English was like impossible to me. Maths, I really enjoyed maths, and like, obviously PE I loved. But as I got older and started to play football more, it was like I'm pretty sure we'd come on to it, but the less I was in school because of football. But like primary school and that, I actually quite enjoyed it. Like just going to school with your mates and stuff, and just having a good time, really. Yeah.
But I'm just trying to, like, if your dad's doing all the stuff that is, and he must be known around the area for being, obviously, having a gym and being very good at his chosen sport, and then you're coming through and you're obviously showing a lot of promise with that, and then your dad's like, you can play football, but I don't really want you to. What do you think, if you could see a young version of you now, what would you say to him?
I think I've done the right thing. I think my best mate, his dad was the football manager, and I was bugging my dad like every day to like speak to him to try and get me in the team and stuff. And then one day he must have just like budged over and just like asked him. And then I went and trained and then just carried on. Yeah, but I'd like to a younger self at that age, I'd probably say I've done the right thing.
Were you a centre back first? Is that right?
I was a striker first.
Were you a striker first?
Sunday League I was a striker, and then got scouted by West Brom. Had a trial and stuff. Was in the academy
as a striker.
Yeah, but I moved back. So I went from striker to winger, then to like right back, and then back to centre half. I got released when I was about 12, 13. And then come to Stoke on trial at centre half, and then I got signed.
How does that work when you are, again, as someone who's not played professional football, how does that work if you are that age and that you get signed as a striker? Are they just signing you as a good prospect rather than a position that you play like they would now?
I don't actually know, to be fair. Like, I think when I'm at that age, I think it's more just like about your physicality, I reckon. Like, I was never like technically good. I think I was just like, I was quick, and then the older I got, the slower I got. So I think growing up in that, I think at that age I look at more like size and stuff because I was a good stature, and then must have realised I weren't very good technically, so got rid of me.
Sticking in goal,
yeah.
You'll be fine. What do you think everything that you learnt in the gym and martial arts has helped you with sport? Do you think it's made you more mentally focused and more kind of able to concentrate and withstand things when they don't go right?
Yeah, probably that. Yeah, and obviously the discipline, like I said, like growing up in the academy, especially as like a scholar, like you'd see lads like mess around and stuff, probably more off the pitch than on the pitch. Where growing up in that environment, I think like the standards were like really high, and I carried that through school and onto like even like now, like training every day. I want to be the best. So I think that's what's got me like not as far, but like has got me to where I am now. Them standards, and that's helped a lot growing up. Yeah.
What were your mum and nan saying when you were doing all this, especially when you were doing all the fighting?
Well, they've obviously got the gym and stuff, so mum's there all the time. And my nan, she's got two boys. She's got two boys and obviously my mum. Them two played football, so nan wanted me to play football.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And what they're like watching you when you're in the ring?
Quite chilled, I think.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, like
she's seen it all before.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like my dad's obviously always going to be there. He's probably more nervous than me. Like when I was younger. But I think when you're younger, like at that age, you don't really like think about stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like you just go out and enjoy it. It's probably when you get older, you start thinking about it a little bit more, I reckon. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably a question I need to ask them.
What did your mum do?
What now?
Now and then.
So now she works in fire control. So like if you call 999, she'll answer the phone for the fire engines. Like she'll send them out. So yeah. But when she was younger, she was a dancer.
That's a proper intense job now then.
Yeah. It's like days, nights. But she works part time, so one day, one night a week.
And does she come and watch you wherever you play now?
Yeah. Like mum and dad will be at every game, wherever it is. So I've got a good support network around me.
Yeah, Leyton Orient was tricky.
Oh, yeah. They were saying it's a very, very long way, but I think they enjoy it. You know, that's their, that's probably our like time together sort of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah.
So when you get into, so you've decided that you're going to take up football more than you're going to take up fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you get into it and you decide that you're going to be a goalkeeper, what's going through your head? What are you thinking? Is that just one of those things where you think to yourself, well, I'm quite good at this now, so I'll give it a crack and see how we get on?
So, you know what? It actually weren't my choice to go in goal. It was my choice, but I was about 13, 14, and our goalkeeper got released, or got told he weren't getting a contract, whatever. And we needed a goalie to go in goal for a cup game. And when you're younger in the cup games, you can't play a goalkeeper down, which we was doing previously in the friendlies. So I went, I'll go in goal, like, just give it a go sort of thing. And I went in and had an absolute worldie. Like, I actually played really well considering I've never been in goal. So, play the game, think nothing of it. A couple of weeks go by, go back outfield, I'm awful. Like, I just can't move, nothing. And they pulled me in the office with my mum and dad. And she's like, I think you'd have more chance to get a scholarship as a goalkeeper than a centre-half. Like, do you want to give it a go? Like, it's up to me. And I'm either like all in or not in at all. I'm like, if you're going to do it, might as well just do it properly. Like, I'll get released if not. So, and went in goal, and then, yeah, that rest is history, really.
Who had that conversation with you?
So it was me, my mum and dad, and then it was Rich Taylor, who used to work here, academy goalie coach. Who's
at Stoke, you mean? This is all Stoke?
Yeah. He's at Peterborough now, first team. Josh Brio, who was my under 13s or 14s coach, and it would have been Gazzo and the academy manager at the time. So, yeah.
You've got all them to thank.
Yeah, they've a massive thank you to them. Obviously, when you start so late as well, they have to put so much like work and effort into you. And like, as I've got older and developed, like they've put more hours into me. So, yeah, so a big thank you to them people.
With most people, what we do now is we talk all about kind of going into the first team and then making your debut in like the first team at like early 20s and stuff like that, which we'll obviously come on to. But with you, one of my favourite things, and I was talking to my wife about this on the way in, was the fact that you went and played for another a full-grown men's team at decent standard, Hanley Town, at the age of 16. Yeah,
that was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed it there because that was my first so the season before when I was 16s, I was playing up with the 18s, so like playing up's like really good. And then obviously the new season comes and I've had a taste of 18s football. And started the season off, I was playing really well, but like we were just getting battered every game and like it's a bit deflating. Like I'd make a few saves and that, but we'd lose like 4-0. So it's really early on. It's probably about August time, I think, September. And Rich Walker, who was the youth team under 18s manager.
Is he the one that used to be Port Vale years ago?
I know he's definitely Crew.
Yeah, Crew.
It was him and I think it was Dave Hibbert, who was the assistant then. It was like, after a game we lost 5-0 to Blackburn. I remember it like yesterday. And it was like, we're going to send you out on loan to Hanley Town. Like, do you want to do it? I was like, yeah, like without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know where it is. Didn't have a clue. Didn't know it was down the road. And yeah, I played from the week after in the FA Cup, like the qualifying rounds. So, yeah.
I just love this idea that you can't drive yourself to the ground.
No, I couldn't drive at this point, no.
And obviously, I love that level of football. I used to try and go and watch League Town as much as I could and stuff like that. But when you, at that level, the fans are very close to the action, let's say. I've been told to ask you, what did the opposing fans make of a 16-year-old in goal for Hanley Town?
I think
You must have got some stick.
Yeah, I got some stick, but like, I don't think it was as bad as like the other leagues. You know what I mean? Like, you'd get like the odd person shout something and that, but on an overall, it was actually like weren't that bad at all. I think League 2's worse, but Hanley's like is a great club. I had some team as well. I had Dicko, Carl Dickinson, Danny Pugh, Ryan Shotton, Chris. I used to call him Daggers. Chris Dagnall, I think.
Yeah, he used to
the
play,
striker, Port Vale.
Yeah.
Lewis Dodds, Port Vale. So like we had a really good team, and we had a couple of lads who used to play for Stoke as well, who got released. So going into it, it weren't like I didn't know anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the hardest thing when you go into a new team. Like, you sort of don't know anyone. But they made me feel really welcome, and I try and get down as much as I can to go and watch a couple of games a season.
I just love the idea of like a 16-year-old with all those like war dogs in effect, the people that have been around, and you just sit. I just love the idea of you walking into the dressing room, and you sit down in the changing room, you go to your usual peg, and then you're looking around, then all of a sudden you're walking out onto the pitch at that level of football. It's just, you must have looked. Do you look? Have you seen photographs of yourself when you?
Yeah, I look
play?
really young.
Yeah,
and like, I look really skinny as well. Like, it's not. I think like where I'm sitting now, it's like you don't realise how good them moments are until you've gone past it. You know what I mean? Like, looking back at it, it's such a good like moment for me in my life, and like in football as well, because like I learnt so much from it, and I probably would never have got into the England squad either without that. So like, it's I think it's important to like try and give a bit back when you can. You know
but also you've got, as a goalkeeper, you've got half where you're getting a load of abuse from fans, and then half where everyone's supporting you. Any funny chants? Did you get any? Is there? I suppose, was there anything shouted at you that you actually remember? Because it must be one of those things where you're like,
I'm trying to think.
Fair play.
We played Brackley away the once, and like
That's Northamptonshire way, isn't it?
yeah, I think we was one game off from qualifying from the actual FA Cup, so this was just the qualifying rounds, and they were just saying like I got school in the morning, just like little things like that, but like. It's like character building, isn't it?
It's a great chant though. School in the morning's a chant.
They got a few more, but I can't say them on it.
Okay, yeah,
so,
fine.
But yeah,
nice.
Good.
That is obviously, as you mentioned there, it's a big part of your life, because at this point you think to yourself, right, well, if I can go and play with all these players and see what I'm seeing and get the experience, like before you're even 17 years old, you played in qualifying rounds of the FA Cup. You must already be so far ahead of the other people that you were competing against at different clubs at that point.
Yeah, like I think so. Yeah, because I think lads at other clubs have probably only just started going out on loan maybe last year or the year before, where I think because I'm at a championship club, it's harder probably to get decent loans. So starting that early was really good, because one, you're playing games, men's football, which is important, and you get to see what football's really like. Like, if you get a win, then it helps players pay their mortgages and stuff like that. Where if you're just playing 21s football and 18s football, you don't really understand what football is, I don't think. So like, whenever I speak to the younger goalkeepers at Stoke, and they ask me like, oh, should I go on loan here or there? And they're like, oh, it's like a bit low level and stuff. I'm like, just go and do it, because you'll learn so much, and that will help you get another loan the season after, and then you'll just gradually keep building. So yeah, I think that's the most important thing. And for me, I knew I had to do that to have any chance of trying to play for Stoke one day. I
just love the idea of you've got all these fans giving you loads of abuse afterwards, but obviously being a world champion in your chosen sport, being able to think, well, I'm not bothered, I'll do you if I need to.
Yeah, just, nah, to be fair, I'm not really like that. No, I'm really laid back, so
okay.
Yeah.
But if it did happen, you're fine.
Oh yeah, I'll be in there if that happened, but only if it's close to if there's a scrap on the pitch down there, I'm just leaving it.
If it's within 20 or 30 yards,
yeah,
fine.
Yeah, I see Vic sometimes, like if there's a scruffle up there, he's just sprinting. But that couldn't be me. That nah,
too far to run.
Yeah, I'll be knackered.
Yeah. You mentioned about going away on loan.
Yeah.
When you came back from Hanley Town, you had another loan the season after.
Yeah.
What do you think you learned from that one?
That was Fylde, wasn't it? Yeah. That was a really weird loan, because it was. I was a second year scholar, so I would have been 17, and they're in National League North. And I was travelling to Preston like most days, with a car school with a few lads, and one of them was a goalie, Chris Neal used to play for Port Vale.
Yeah.
Neilo. So being with a goalkeeper like him, obviously learnt a lot, experience and all that. But
Are you the butt of the jokes in that? Are you the butt of the jokes in that car school? Because if you're as young, you'll be significantly younger than the rest of the lads.
They're a few of them lads was like really experienced, like quite old. Yeah.
What are they like with you? I'm always really intrigued on what's the interaction like, because when you're so much younger, and also those older lads will be thinking, right, well, this person wants my position, especially in that goalkeeper thing. But also, when you're the youngest one, you're always going to be the centre of you're going to get a lot of the jokes. What was it like for you?
You know what? Every club I've been at, like, I've always like had a really good group. So like everyone just been together. Like Hanley, everyone was together. From like the oldest player to me being the youngest, and then same at Fylde really. Like I probably learnt more off the pitch than on the pitch in that loan, I'd say, because I got dragged back because of other things and stuff. But yeah, I loved it.
But going from a kind of an academy atmosphere to something where you've got loads of experience around you, you're expected to be playing as much as you possibly can. That must have been a big curve of where you getting as much experience as you can be at that point. Yeah,
100%. Even like I think loans and that, you don't really obviously learn stuff on the pitch, but the lower leagues and stuff, like you don't realise how good Stoke's like facilities are. You know what I mean? Like the training grounds, some of the places I've been like ain't been that great. Where you come back and we're in a £10 million building now, like you gotta like it makes you appreciate it a lot more.
It's like going around Stephen and Zonzi's house.
Yeah, never been, but yeah, probably. Yeah, but yeah, I think that loan I learnt more off the pitch than on the pitch, definitely.
When you are in those situations and you are coming from an academy background, when you say you learn things, what's the kind of thing that you really notice more than you did if you'd stayed at Stoke, do you think? Like as someone who's not been in that environment, what's the main thing you notice?
So if you looked at academy football, it'll be all playing out from the back sort of thing, like tiki-taka football, where in men's football, whatever level, there's always a game plan. Like if it needs to go long, you're going long. And it'll be probably say more like man management sort of thing, like just making the players feel loved, I'm guessing, from the manager. Giving you an extra day off if you deserve it or not, where in academy football it's like you're in these days, off that one every week no matter what. And obviously it means a bit more in men's football, like 3 points, where in academy football it's sort of like if you lose it don't matter as long as you're developing, where that goes out the window when you play men's football really.
So academy football is more about nurturing you and learning, whereas when you're playing in the proper game, you've got to get a result. You've got to, livelihoods depend on it.
People are going to lose the job, you know what I mean? Like if you get promoted, brilliant, people will probably keep the job, where if you're losing every week, the manager's probably going to get sacked, which obviously ain't great, you know what I mean?
What was the changing room like? Changing room like at Fylde?
Good, yeah, weren't too bad. Weren't there that long, so I was there probably about a couple of months, but from the time I was there, it's a good group of lads, good banter going around, and it's good for me to like learn at that age as well.
First of a few loans as well.
Yeah, first of many. Yeah.
The next, what did you make the next one after that?
I went to Solihull. That was up there with my most enjoyable, I'd say.
That's not a million miles away from home as well. So no. when that comes up, is that one of those where you think to yourself?
Yeah, I remember I was on Belfry Golf Course. I remember it, and my agent called me, and he was like, "Oh, what do you think of like Solihull?" Because like I knew I was going to go out on loan, and I would have been a first year pro at this point. So I was like, yeah, like defo, like just 100%. It's local. I can live at home. It's not a million miles away, and just like I'm gonna go there and play. And it's National League as well, like a tough league to play in as a goalkeeper. So like every year I've gone up one, and yeah, went there and loved it. Yeah.
And again, I appreciate this might not mean much to you, but there'll be a certain proportion of the audience, when I mention this name, will be very happy. Wasn't Neil Ardley the manager at that point at Solihull Moors?
No, I had Andy Wing.
Did you have Andy Wing?
Yeah, but I had Stephen Ward.
Yes.
He was I think he was sporting director. So obviously he played for Stoke, didn't he? But yeah, I had Andy Wing, who he come from Banbury, which is like a couple of leagues down, and obviously got his move to Solihull, but yeah, local. It's good.
That was an eventful season though, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I was planning on staying there for the whole season, And I think the goalkeepers at the time here were obviously Frankie, Jack, and I think it was Mark Travers. So it got to I was playing really well. Like, we were top of the league, like flying, like loving it, playing week in, week out for the first time. And every time I played, I just had like a buzz where like I just wanted to carry on. And I got a call from Goldie at the time, who was the goalie coach here, with Alex Neil, just saying, "Oh, have you heard?" I was like, "Heard what?" He's like, "Oh, you're getting recalled. Mark Travers is injured, and Frankie pulled his calf." So like, I was buzzing, but I was gutted at the same time, because your ambition is to play for Stoke, and then obviously, but you don't get that without going out on loan, sort of thing. So I come back and then on the bench for a few weeks, and then end up playing. Yeah.
Sheffield Wednesday?
Sheffield Wednesday, 9th of December, day after my 19th birthday, yeah.
I remember that quite clearly because I was doing radio at the time, and I remember whenever we would talk about the scores, we'd always say, for some reason we'd always mention Solihull, and we'd always go, "Oh, Tommy Skimskins kept another clean sheet," and all that kind of stuff. So when you came back, that was one of those things that when I speak to Stoke fans and they were keeping an eye on what you're doing, like they do with all like Nathan Lowe and all the players are out, Emirates Tesco, all the players that are out on loan, it was one of those things where when you are not at the club and you're doing well somewhere else, you automatically become a better player.
Yeah.
Is that what it felt like for you?
Probably from like other people, yeah. But like, I think to me, yeah, for me, like, I just feel the same. Obviously, you feel better in form and stuff, but you learn more, and that's just building towards what you want to become. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have probably more of a what's the word, like buzz around your name, sort of thing.
Can we talk about the 8th of December? What were you thinking on the 8th, knowing that you were playing the next day?
I didn't know. No, so I weren't supposed to play, so we'd done all the shape and stuff. That was my birthday, yeah. Me and my dad's got the same birthday. So I was 18. No, sorry. Yeah. I was 19. So come training, normal. Jack Bonham's playing. It's like, so I'm just on the bench, like, again. So my mum was like, "Oh, should we go out for food tonight? Obviously, it's you and your dad's birthday." I was like, "Nah, because, like, obviously, it'd be a late night and stuff, like, got a game tomorrow, like, you never know." I was like, "Oh, we'll have a Chinese instead." So, obviously, I had a Chinese and stuff, went to sleep, blah, blah, blah. Woke up and Sol Sidibe. I weren't in the first team dressing room at this point, by the way, so still in the academy end. My phone just, like, going mental, and it's going, "Oh, you playing? Like, Jack's not playing?" I was like, "Yeah, good one, whatever." I turn up and I go into the treatment room. All the 21s are in there, like, "You're playing? Like, you've been told." I'm like, "Lads, I'm not playing." And as I said that, the gaffer's come round the corner. He's like, "Tom, have you got a minute?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, Jack's ill. He's not passed the fitness test, and you're playing." At that point, my legs just went so jelly. I went so sweaty, just legs gone, and yeah, it was like, it's probably a moment I'll never forget, to be fair. But
I suppose for you as well, because you've been at the club for such a long time,
yeah.
This was the thing you've been building up to for ages.
Yeah, but I never expected it. Like, I think every time I've played, I've never expected it. You know what I mean? It's always come out of, like, nowhere. But I think that's sometimes the best ways. Like, if I got told the day before, I probably wouldn't have slept. You know what I mean? So everything happens for a reason, really, doesn't it?
What's everyone like in a dressing room when they all know that you're playing?
The 21s or the first team?
First team.
I remember walking up to the canteen, and they're all just there around the TV watching whatever game was on, early kick-off. And just, like, they knew, but, like, they didn't know if I knew. You know what I mean? So, like, I think everyone's quite awkward. But I remember Frankie didn't leave my side all day. And I was sat with Lowy because he was in the squad, and obviously we was in the academy end together. And I didn't eat a thing. Like, I was just asking Lowy, like, "Oh, what was it like when you made your debut? Blah, blah, blah." So he was, like, keeping me at ease and stuff. And obviously having Frank next to me. And Jack sent me a nice message as well before kick-off. So, yeah.
Do well, but not too well.
No, you know what? He was really good. Like, I didn't actually get to reply to it before the game because I just wanted to, like, just turn my phone off, let my mum and dad know, and I'll turn my phone off. And after the game, he sent me a lovely message, and yeah, he's a good guy, Jack. Yeah.
When you come to a match at Stoke, obviously before the players come out, there's that tunnel cam, and I always like watching that whenever you're watching a match here at Bet365 Stadium, because you think to yourself, I wonder what they're thinking about this point. If the camera was on you at that point, what do you think people would have seen?
probably a white ghost. No, I remember who was captain that day. I think it was Josh Laurent was captain, and he turned around to me and was like, "You're right." I was like, "Yeah," and he just gave me a hug, and that looks like eased me straight away. And then it was December, so it was like getting dark, and I remember walking out, and Chef Wednesday sold out their away end, and we had like a decent amount of fans there, and I just remember thinking like, "Wow, like this is what you've like worked for." And then seeing my family up in the crowd and stuff. Yeah, it's just like a really proud moment. But in the warm-up, I was really nervous. But as soon as you walk across it's cliche, innit? As soon as you walk across the white line, you don't think about anything. But like all my nerves went, and like it's just like another game. So
when you're a goalkeeper, obviously you've got so much time on your hands when there's like passage of play at different parts of the pitch. Are there moments in the game where you think to yourself, you look around, especially against Sheffield Wednesday because we've got such a good travelling support, where you think to yourself, have I got myself at this point?
That game, definitely, yeah. I think like sometimes, well, you obviously want to be concentrated all game, but I did take a moment and just looked around and I thought, wow, like, can't believe it's happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'd try and just stay focused in the game, just like talking to people. I had Ender and Gucci as my right backs, and then left and right back. Then I had Clarkey in the centre half and Luke McNally, and Luke looked after me quite a bit, to be fair, off the pitch, like play darts and that. So yeah, I had a good back four who spoke to me quite a bit throughout the game.
Kept you going?
Yeah, kept me going, yeah, definitely.
When you finish, and obviously, as I say, you've been here for such a long time, is it one of those things where when you're on your way back, you're driving along and you think to yourself, I suppose, who's the first person that you bring? Who do you speak to about this kind of stuff? Who's the person
after the game, my phone went mental. Like I turned it off completely. So like, I turned it on and I had like notification after notification. But it would have been my mum and dad. They would have been in the car at the same time, so it would have been them. And then I think my agent called me or just see how the game went. He'd come to it obviously, but just wanted to see what I thought.
And you had a half decent game?
Yeah, played well. We lost 1-0 last minute, but got man of the match. Like played all right, yeah. But yeah, we had West Brom the game after, which was a Tuesday, and we was in on the Sunday, and it was like touch or go if Jack was going to play, if he was going to be like fit. Sunday, Jack weren't there. I was like, I'm playing here. Monday, Jack weren't there, so I'm like, I'm defo playing here. And then, literally at the end of training, Goldie pulled me and went, "Yeah, just let you know Jack's playing tomorrow," and I was gutted.
Like, I bet you were a bit like,
yeah.
"Jack, you still look a bit under the weather.
Yeah,
get yourself off home, mate. You'll be fine."
And then Ryan Shawcross was like, he just burst his bubble. And then we had a proper chat and like not put me at ease, just like explain the situation. I was like, but looking back at it now, I'm like so naive to like think that I was playing. You know what I mean? Because like at the moment, I'm like, I played all right. But like
looking at the match, what more do you want from me?
Like looking back now, like it was obviously it was the right decision because I was nowhere near ready. So
I don't want to skim over too much of parts of your career, but there's obviously quite a bit of stuff that I still want to talk to you about. Forest Green.
Yeah.
Was that Steve Cottrell, Forest Green?
Troy Deeney at the start, then
Troy
Steve
Deeney.
Cottrell, yeah.
Okay. What were they like? Because Troy Deeney obviously has got a persona. Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, so he called me. It would have been after my debut, probably like end of December maybe. And he watched me at Solihull and like obviously, well, he must have like thought I was doing all right because he took me in there. And he kept calling me, like saying like, obviously we're in a sticky situation at the moment as a club, but I want you to come in and play for me, like just play the rest of the season, like you'll get 25 games under your belt. And I was like, yeah, like he's played Premier League football, like he'll help me. And I went in and I played the game where he was there, and then obviously he got sacked, but I learned so much off him. Like I thought he helped me a lot on and off the pitch, just like what it's like to be at the top level. Obviously people probably have a different mindset on what he's like and stuff as a player or as a person, but with me he was honestly like, it was unbelievable with me. Yeah. Going
back to Walsall, when you hear that could potentially happen, and you obviously from that area, were your friends growing up, were they all Walsall fans as well?
Yeah, and like some family in that, yeah.
Talk me through it.
So I would have, Walsall was like really early on, but it happened like really quick. So like it's probably a week before I went back for pre-season. They were just saying like, oh, obviously we're interested and stuff like that, but they could be interested in loads of goalies. And then it went to the goalie coach, messaged my agent, Walsall goalie coach, saying, are you his representative? And he was like, yeah. It's like, we want to like bring him out on loan. And at that point I was buzzing because one, it's at home. I've lived 10 minutes from the training ground, 10 minutes from the stadium. Obviously I got family who support them, and I think it was just a perfect fit. You know what I mean? I was going to go in and play. Like, everything about it just ticked every box. And yeah, that was probably my most enjoyable loan so far.
And what an experience for you from that season.
Yeah, it was, again, I think it's one of them seasons where it's not until you look back on it, you realise how good it was for me personally and as a team collective, because we never should have been where we were in the league or how we finished. I think we overachieved what we expected as a group that year.
And you had another Stoke player with you on loan as well.
Yeah, I had Lowy for half a season, which was obviously really good, but it's a shame that he left. But, well, that he got recalled, yeah.
For you going down there and you've got your mate that you've known for ages and the team's flying, you're representing and you're playing for the team, which is obviously
my hometown
club. That must have been one of those moments, again, one of those seasons where you think to yourself, I know obviously you want to go on and do much more, but that must have been a nice moment for it all. Yeah,
it was. I think my mum and dad enjoyed me being there as well because they could see that I was happy. You know what I mean? I was enjoying my football. The group was unbelievable. And I knew quite a few lads before I went in there as well. I knew David Akagbu, who was in the academy, a year older than me. Obviously Lowy, George Hall, who I've played with at England. So I knew a few of the lads before I went there, which is always easier settling in. So yeah, that was an unbelievable year, yeah.
And it was you and another local team that we won't mention the name of that were fighting it out at the top of the table. Yeah. So there was an extra incentive for Stoke fans for you to do well.
Yeah, I remember we played, Port Vale. we played there away. It was the day before my birthday. We won 1-0.
Did Lowy score?
No, it was Jamil Matt scored. Lowy done something though, because they were getting onto him. They were getting onto him bad. But yeah, me and Lowy, we've got a good picture where like I'm holding him around his head, he's holding me, and like we run over to Walsall fans like that. But yeah, that was a good game.
I'll always remember again that season, just speaking to Stoke fans and doing the job that I used to do, and just loads of people just saying that they were so happy that you were doing well because obviously it was you and Vale at the top of the league and it was all going to plan.
Yeah, it was that game was a decider as well. It was first v second, and I think we were like 1 point behind them. And obviously we beat them, so we went top of the table. So perfect birthday weekend that, yeah.
There was a big match that season as well.
Which one?
Going down to Wembley.
Oh yeah, playoffs, yeah. We should never have been there though. Like I think it was like 15 points clear. I don't know what happened, but yeah, Wembley was a great experience. The old playoffs was a good experience. I think the atmosphere was so different to the league. We played Chesterfield home and away. Their place, we won 2-0. Well, we played really well. And then they come to our place and we just like sin the game out. But the atmosphere was top. Like League Two stadiums, like they're quite small. So like Walsall holds like 12,000, I think. But when it's sold out, it's so loud, like because it's so close together. And the fans all run on the pitch and that, like, you know, you see it on TV and like you just want to be there. Like when it happens, someone got me on the shoulders. I think it was my mate actually, got me on his shoulders and yeah, like it was so good. Like I still watch the game now, but obviously losing at Wembley, like that was probably the hardest thing I've heard on that.
That was going to be my next question. Was over 50,000 people there as well? Was that the biggest crowd that you played in front of over 50,000?
Yeah.
So you travel down, and obviously I don't want to kind of milk it too much, but you've got the weight of expectation of all your mates, your hometown club, and you know you're on loan. So in effect, one of the things that's levelled at loan players is, well, what do they care? Because they're not going to be here next season. Yeah. Do you know what I'm not saying that's for you, but that's what gets said as people. And so you're there, and was it 1-0? It was 1-0 to AFC Wimbledon, wasn't it?
1-0 Wimbledon, yeah. Scored just before half time.
What is the changing rooms in Wembley the most loneliest place ever if you've lost in a final?
Yeah, 100%.
It's a bit of a leading question, I appreciate.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah. But it's like the whole weekend went so quick. Well, it's bank holiday weekend, so we travelled up the day before, and we were speaking about it to Albert Doma and Jamil Matt. They've played there before, and they go, lads, like this, it goes like that, like it goes so quick. It's like you just got to like just live in the moment. Don't like look too far in front. Don't look too far behind. And they were so right. Like the whole game went like just rapid. Like it's weird. I've never experienced anything like it. Like normally I look up at the clock and it's like 20 minutes to go. Like look up, it's like a minute left. I'm like, I don't know why it is, but after the game and stuff, just like it was horrible. Just lads like crying and that, you know what I mean? But it's a big thing, isn't it? Like trying to get promoted, like it's not easy. If it was easy, everyone could do it.
And I imagine that would have been the first loan where you felt like you could really put yourself as a personality on the dressing room. Because I'm obviously you're a very charismatic and confident person, but when you're 16, 17, 18 at these clubs that you're going in for a couple of months, when you know that you've got a season-long loan at a club that you play for, that you know the area, you know what the fans want, because that's one of the criticisms that's levelled about footballers, isn't it? They don't understand the fans. You can go in that dressing room and you can go, I deserve to be here, I'm good enough to be here, and I know what these people want. And that must have been different compared to what you've done before.
Yeah, definitely. And I think because I knew it was going to be a season-long loan, I was playing week in, week out. So I think it's easy to do that. But when you was on about the loan bit and like what happens after the loan and stuff, like I think it meant a little bit more because I'm like a local lad. I think that's the closest thing you can get of being an academy product. Like you're either an academy product or you're a local lad. And like obviously I was a local lad, so it meant that little bit more. And I was gutted that we didn't get to go up because I think that would have been like the cherry on top, but it just weren't meant to be.
What were you like were you going on nights out around this time when it was acceptable to do so?
As in
nights out. What more can I say?
Not really. I don't drink, to be honest. No, I'm not like a.
Do you not even go on nights out at all?
No, like a team night out.
Yeah,
I'd do that. I wouldn't go out like tonight. You know what I mean, with my mates and that. Like, I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. To be fair.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm quite good. Yeah, just I'm really like chilled. Like, probably too chilled, to be fair. Like, I think I've got so much energy at like training and that, like diving around and stuff. Like, just want to stay out there all day. And I'll go home and I'm like, just like put my feet up and just like don't do anything.
Regular listeners to the podcast will hear my disappointment because I'm still trying to find a footballer that I can live vicariously through. So I want someone to say to me, yeah, Rob, every other weekend as soon as I'm allowed to, bottle service, I'm out on nights out. No. One night I'm in London, next night I'm in Manchester, next night I'm in Hanley. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's not me. That to be fair, like Christmas do like obviously go out and end of the season, but at Warsaw it's probably the most I've gone out. Cause like, sort of like the manager would like tell us to go out to like lift our spirits and stuff when it weren't going so well. So we went out after the last game of the season where we didn't go up because of a result. So lads were deflated, so we went out. And after the playoff games, that was it really. And then, but after Wembley, we went back to the stadium. We had like a bar thing, free bar, but the players were just sat there, just like the families were having a better time than us. So yeah, but no, I'm not a party boy at all.
Is it something you're willing to reconsider?
Being a
party person?
You know what? I'll be honest, I don't think it's in me. I'll be honest. Okay. I don't think it is in me. But I don't know. Maybe when I'm older. But I don't drink or anything. So there's no point. I don't think there's anything worse being around drunk people when you're sober.
Yeah, if you're going on a night out and you're not up for that kind of night out, that's the last thing I appreciate.
Not me. Rather be with my family. Yeah.
What a way? I suppose everyone has got some form of vice. Maybe some people like spending too much money on watches or cars or anything like that.
Yeah.
Have you not got a vice either?
No, I wouldn't say so. No, like.
Oh, Tommy, come on, man.
I've got like obviously I brought a car and that, but I just brought a house, so that's where I'm spending most of my money at the moment.
It's all just going on.
Oh,
yeah.
Just like my mum's finding me stuff, I'm just ordering it. Mum's having a great time. Yeah. But yeah, just like doing my house up at the moment. So
it's one of those things as well where it's like, why do I have to buy a TV cabinet? I don't need a TV cabinet.
Honestly, like. Didn't realise like how like expensive stuff are. Like, yeah, I didn't realise how bad it is like for people who have to buy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough.
Yeah, worst one, mirrors. Why are they so expensive?
Yeah.
It's just a piece of glass.
Yeah, I know, stupid. Like, yeah, even sofas, TVs.
They take ages to come as well.
Yeah, to be fair, I found a good few places who like quick delivery, so I don't mind. I don't like if I want something, I want it like now. You know what I mean? So it's always next day delivery.
If you're watching on YouTube now, we're going to put the links on the bottom of the screen. It's Tommy 10 for a discount and a referral code. Yeah. So you come back to Stoke, and obviously you get the word that Leyton Orient are the club that want you again. At what point does it become like, oh, another loan? Does it ever become like that, or can you not think of it that way?
No, I don't think I can think of it like that, because I think I'm still young. Like going to Leyton Orient, I was 20, just come off the back of winning the Euros with England, so it was a busy summer, and I had a Zoom call with
just drop that in.
Yeah, no, I had a Zoom call with a few managers, a few teams and stuff, and I had a bit of time to like decide what I wanted to do, which one was best for me, and Orient got into the playoffs the season before, so I thought we'd be competing at the top end of the table, and thought that'd be the best that for me.
I was going to talk about England next, but I suppose now you've dropped that in so nice and subtly, we better talk about it now. When you look at that team and you look at all the people that are in that team, and again, just as a general football fan, there's some absolutely massive names. Who were the soundest ones that... I'm not saying that you weren't expecting them to be sound, but who was sounder than you thought they were going to be?
Probably the big boys like James McAtee, Elliot Anderson. Who else? Harvey Elliott, Joel Kwanzaa.
Joe Bellingham?
Yeah. Jobe's a good lad. I know him though, because like he's similar age, so like probably the older ones. You know what I mean? I've done a fair few camps before with Job, so I know what he's like. He's a good person.
What is he like?
He's just normal. Like, it's just a normal lad who just plays football. Obviously, he's got like what he is. You know, he's a unbelievable player. So people want to get a look at him wherever he goes. But generally, he's just a normal lad who gets on with everyone.
Is he the player that if you went out socialising with someone that you know gets the most attention? So let's say you two went for some food. Is he the person that gets not bothered, but people want a photo?
Yeah, 100%, definitely. Yeah, he's just like, obviously his brother as well. Like whenever we go like team walks and stuff, people are always after him. But yeah, he's just a normal lad.
And you're like, I've got a pen as well.
Yeah, nah, not yet, but nah. Yeah, he's generally just like normal people.
When you found out that you're going to get called up to the England squad, what's that? How does that phone call happen? What's it like? And how does it work?
So you get like since COVID, you get a 15-day message, which like you're up for selection.
So that's just literally a text?
Yeah, just literally a text off the player liaise. And then it gets to, would normally be go away on a Sunday or the Monday, so you'd find out on the Friday. So quick turnaround. And again, just a text. Yeah.
So I love how it's like a massive thing. Yeah. And someone just texts me. It's like the same thing you do if you say, do you want to go for some Nando's? Do you know what I mean? It's like the same kind of thing. When you first get that text message, were you expecting it? Someone told you that this text message is coming, or do you think it's like one of those scam texts? Like saying we delivered a parcel?
My first one when I was younger, I'm pretty sure because I was under an age, they had to let the club know. So I remember Rich Walker telling me that like I'm up for selection sort of thing, and then I knew the date when the squad comes out, and I was the whole day just like checking my phone. And then when I got the message, like I was buzzing. Yeah, I was proper like just excited to get started, really.
So you don't get told before, so you will look for an update, and you are just waiting to see if your name is in that list?
No, I'd get a message like an hour before the squad comes out, and then it would get announced like an hour later.
And it's like, don't tell anyone, but...
Yeah, it's just like really is that the word?
Confidential.
Yeah, so... it'd be like, congratulations, Tommy, you've been selected for England, whatever age group it is. Squad gets announced at this time. Don't post on social media, blah, 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 till it gets announced, so yeah.
And does it feel like a copy and paste text message just with your name changed, or is it a bit personalised?
Nah, copy and paste
is
message.
It?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's like, well, if you're not going to personalise it for me, I'm not coming.
Like me and Ash and Divine this season would... message each other like after every message, like, you got the message? Like, yeah. You got it? It's like, yeah. It's like, right, see you then.
Have you ever texted and they've not got it?
Not to them two, to someone else. Yeah.
What happened? Don't name names.
Nah,
That's
he
not
just,
fair.
he just didn't get picked.
Okay.
Nah.
Did you feel bad?
Yeah, because he's one of my best mates on the camps. Yeah. I was like, no, see you on the next one.
Hopefully.
But no, he's a good lad. I do like him.
And when it comes to a national team call up and when everyone comes together, does it feel like, I suppose, what's the kind of the normal working man's idea of that? Is it like when you were at school and you'd be going away on a school trip and everyone's like, are you going on that school trip? Is it a bit like that?
Everyone's just excited, I think. And I think my group's actually like really good. The group of my age group, got some like really good players in it, but we all got on like really well. So, and it was always similar people who'd go on it every time. So like you build a relationship with people. So when you go away, it's generally just like you're going to play club football for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like everyone messages each other saying, "Oh, you've been picked," blah blah blah. And then when you meet up, it just feels normal.
Did your mum help pack your stuff before your first England trip?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not really great at packing, to be honest. So I can fold and that, but just like it's probably mums do better than
Yeah,
they.
of course they do. If my mum wants to pack my stuff before I go away, she's more than welcome to.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit weird now, but
Yeah.
she's more than welcome to.
To be fair, the last few camps I've started doing it myself, but
You have the day off, mum.
yeah, mums just do it better, don't they? They do everything better.
Does she still send you a checklist?
No, I'm quite good. Yeah, I triple check. All she does is like, have you got your passport? Everything else can get sorted, kind of.
Yeah. And so when you turn up, who are the people that you're looking for? So like, are you, I suppose, you know, when you go into an event, like say if you're going to a wedding and you're saying, oh, what time are you getting there? Do you want to meet here beforehand? Who are those people for you?
So we get picked up. So you get like a time, what time you get picked up first. So if I got picked up at 11, Ash lives a little bit further away, so we get picked up at 10.
They send like a driver?
Yeah, so we get sent drivers out, picks up, drops us back off. It's like me, I get on with everyone, so like, I'm just like...
Yeah, you get on with everyone.
Nah, yeah, but I'm in that group, I'm in that group.
Yeah.
But my go-to, probably Ash, Lewis Hall, Ben Nelson, Lewis Miley, Sidney Peck. They're my go-to ones. And obviously the goalies as well, Beads and Matty Young. So,
and when you are in that environment, and the cliche thing is that people always say, "Oh, when you see these amazing players, it just wants you play better." But there must have been points where you just think to yourself, "This person is just unreal." Do you know when someone does something in front of you where you're like,
there's been a few moments like that, like Lewis Hall, like he could be in the tightest situation, he gets out of it, and like I think that's something else, you know what I mean? And like every player's got that in them, or else you wouldn't be there. But definitely the older you get to see the quality difference to club football to international football.
Who do you think, out of all the players that you play with in that, who do you think will go on to be looked back at as the best players to come from that crop?
Probably go Rico Lewis Hall, and say Ash.
Really?
Yeah, Ash is top. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. With Rico Lewis, at any point where you're like, Stoke's not that far down the road.
Nah, he's won the treble, isn't he? So I think he's happy at City.
Before this point.
I think he's happy at City.
Yeah, he'll do okay. He'll be fine. I've been told to ask you about the England celebrations
after the Euros. Yeah, you know what? We actually didn't celebrate that much. I'll be honest.
Have we got duff information? Have I been given duff information by someone?
No, so obviously we won it, trophy, the lot, and then went in the changing rooms. We had just like drinks and pizzas. And then went out onto the pitch, seen all the families and stuff. I had a photo with the trophy together and that. And then we got back on the coach and went back to the hotel, but it was like a ballroom. It was like lovely. So I don't know how they do it, but England like go another level. So we had this massive like banner thing with all of us on and like an England badge, and then the trophy there, just like balloons, everything, and then just like round tables where like all your families are. And yeah, just like we was in there for a few hours with them, and then families left. We had a few hours to ourselves, and then time to get on the plane and go home.
To be fair, though, we don't win that much as a country for such a long time.
Yeah.
Any opportunity to celebrate,
Yeah.
there would be balloons everywhere, wouldn't there?
Oh yeah, like honestly, I can see it now. Like you walk in, you're like, you just didn't expect it. You know what I mean? Like we thought we were just going back in to get our stuff and just get on the plane. We didn't think that like we'd be there for 6 hours, just like having a good time. You know what I mean? But yeah, celebrations were good, but I don't think it would be like if you won the league or got promoted. I think them celebrations would have been better.
Is there a WhatsApp group with all the players?
Yeah, but it's
A broadcast only one?
no, there's like Jenny who like looks after us on camp. She's in it, and the doc's in it and stuff. So
Has to be a bit more tame.
yeah, it's not like banter ain't flying around or anything. It's just like it's more just like the schedule goes in and stuff where you gotta be at what time and stuff.
I
But
just had an idea like James McAtee just going, seen this weekend, lol.
nah,
sending
nothing
memes,
like that. After the Euros, the lads were sending in videos of like them on holiday and stuff, and like for like a couple of weeks. But I muted it. It's just,
Yeah. I couldn't hold it with my mum and dad. It's not the same.
No, I was back here. To be fair, they had a longer time off, Prem boys, didn't they? So yeah.
So we'll talk briefly about later on, but obviously I'm quite conscious I want to talk more about Stoke City, obviously being a Stoke City podcast.
Yeah.
Leyton Orient, just briefly, that loan period when you'd obviously had the disappointment at the end of the time with Walsall, you mentioned about the fact that you don't feel like you're just going on loan all the time. When Leyton Orient come in for you, is that one of those where, again, like Walsall, you think, right, a good season here and I could change the next course in the next few years?
Yeah, definitely. That's my mindset going into it. I had the choice of like a few clubs and stuff, and I thought that would be the best one for me. Obviously, I was living away from home for the first time properly, living in Essex, so it's not like I'm down the road, I'm 3 hours away. So I've got so many things to like, not just as a player, just like as a person, like a kid growing up. You know what I mean? Like living away from home, dealing with that, and then getting into a new team and stuff like that. So much more to football. What I've learned from that loan, like what you need to consider in life and in football. But I really enjoyed it. Like it was a good learning curve for me, both on and off the pitch. And again, a good group of lads as well to play with. Yeah.
What did you think to Essex?
It was actually really nice. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Why did you say it like that? Like you're surprised?
Because I didn't think it would be like how it is. Like I don't know. I just thought it'd be completely different. But it's a different world over there. Like traffic. Like getting home and stuff's a nightmare. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. There's a lot of like little breakfast places and that, which I quite like.
They're like a well-respected club as well, aren't they, Leyton Orient? Whenever I think of like clubs around that level.
Yeah. They're a League One team, aren't they? You know what I mean? Hopefully they'll kick on and try and get promoted in a few years and that. But I'd say they're a League One team, definitely. So
it gets to around Christmas time, and there's an injury. Talk me through that period.
So my time at Orient was like up and down. Like I started off really well playing, and then I went away with England, and I come back and I come out of the team because the team done well, which is fair enough. And I got back in. Then
do you think they didn't want you to go out with England?
I don't know. That's for them to decide. I don't know. But everyone was really good with me when I was there, to be fair. So I was in, then come out for a little bit, and then I got back in towards the end of the year, towards December time, probably like November, and I felt like I was getting like into a good rhythm again of playing. And then yeah, Vic got injured. Yeah. So
when's the first that you hear that he's injured?
It would have been New Year's Eve after training, about 4:00. So the gaffer phoned me, Orient manager Richie Wellens. He was like, "Oh, have you heard?" I was like, "Heard what?" Like, I don't know. He was like, "Oh, someone at Stoke will call you in a minute," and he just ended the phone. I was like, "It's a bit weird." Like,
what? Just like literally?
No. Let me know when they know. So Daz called me from here, and he was like, "All right, Tom." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Oh, just finished training, like just chilling and that." He's like, "Yeah, right. Vic's injured. Like, we want you to come back. Like, the gaffer wants you to come back." But he didn't say anything about playing in that, so I thought just get back on the bench. I was like, "Oh, all right then. So what should I do?" He's like, "Just pack your stuff up and just make your way north, and then we'll like figure it out when you're in the car and stuff." I was like, all right, sound, no worries. And then Richie Wellens called me back and we had a good chat and stuff. Top person, by the way, and all the staff there.
I always think of him in the Premier League. Was he Blackpool Premier League, wasn't he?
I know he's at Leicester and Donny. I'm not sure about Blackpool. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know he had a top career. Yeah, we had a chat and then obviously packed my stuff up, got all my stuff from Orient and made my way north. And
did you think you'd end up going back, or did you know that was it at that point?
I knew that was it at Orient. I didn't know if I would go. Well, I couldn't have gone anywhere else. So if I was to go back anywhere, I knew it'd be Orient. But from how Daz was speaking, I knew that Vic's injury was bad enough for me to stay at Stoke. You know what I mean? So yeah, made my way north and then ended up driving home to my mum and dad's just to like drop all my stuff off because my car was packed. And then went to the training ground. My agent met me there and he drove me to Hull.
What did Mark Robbins say to you?
I didn't actually see him on the night time. I didn't see him till in the morning. So I was seeing Daz on the night and we had a chat and stuff and hinted that I was playing. But you got to respect that Jack was also at the club as well. You know what I mean? Like, so I weren't going to be buzzing happy like because I've got respect for him because he's a top goalie and an even better person. So seen Daz on the night and then in the morning seen the gaffer and just like sort of like arm around the shoulder sort of thing, just like enjoy it, you know, just be yourself, all this. And yeah, then played the game and we won. And
Frankie, I imagine, is jumping around you like an excited Labrador puppy at this point.
Yeah, Frankie was top, but I think Frankie's in a difficult position because like he was buzzing for me, but him and Jack's got a really good relationship, so he's got to like be there for Jack as well. You know what I mean? But Jack was like top draw. Like when he left, I messaged him like saying thank you for being there for me. Like he could have easily made it awkward, you know what I mean? But he didn't. Like he was like top. So yeah.
How do you think you'll look back on the end of that season in 20 years' time? Or everything
of this season now, a roller coaster. Like when I was out the team in October at Orient, I would never have thought that I played 17, 18 games for Stoke. You know what I mean? Like I would have snatched your hand off. So I learnt a lot, as in like you just got to keep going. Like you never know where it's going to take you. So, yeah, just I'll probably look back at it and just think like that's a good experience to have.
That must have been tricky though. You mentioned there about when you're miles away from home, you're stuck in traffic, it's not going to plan, you've just come back from England, so you're buzzing about the fact you come back from England, but you're not in the squad and you must have felt like you're a million miles away from achieving what you want to achieve and being where you want to be.
Yeah, there was moments like that where you'd think like, oh, maybe it's going to take a little bit longer than expected to play for Stoke. Obviously injuries have made me play for the club, obviously, but you do think like this is going to take like a little bit longer than normal. But I think that's where you just got to look at yourself and you just got to keep going. Like I probably forget how old I am sometimes, and I've just turned 21. Like some goalies aren't even playing in the league at this point. You know what I mean? So to do what I've done, like you just got to look back at it and think like you've actually done all right. Like, but you can't stop there. You got to keep on going.
Do you see yourself as an established professional footballer now? Because you've done so much and you've been at this club for such a long time. Do you see yourself in the way that other people might see you?
I don't know. I wouldn't call myself like a championship goalie, like because I'm not. Like I think when you're at like 70 games, then yeah, like I'd say I'm a League 2 established definitely because I've done a full season. But like I wouldn't. If you went to me like, "Oh, you're a championship goalkeeper," I'd be like, "Oh, I'm not."
Well, you are.
Yeah, but I think in my head, you've got to be there playing. I've got to be doing what Vic's doing to be a championship goalkeeper, where he's played week in, week out, and he's number one. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's a weird one.
But that's interesting though, because and again, this is why it all comes around. It's meant for a reason. And at the start, when we were talking about mentality and about the fact why you're still here, and the fact that you still don't see yourself as that. And I know you don't mean. I know you mean it with a caveat, but the fact that I could be speaking to 10 other people in your position, and 9 people could be, well, I've made it, I've done this, I've done that. And the fact that you still see yourself with so much to achieve and so much to prove says probably more about your mentality than anything else. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's just like my standards are like so high and I want to like probably get told off for it a little bit at Stoke from Daz because my standards are like that. If I drop one ball, I'm like, oh, why have I dropped that ball? Where like learning from Vic and Frank, it's like it doesn't matter. Like it's training. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's like when you make a mistake, like Vic's made loads. Like Vic and Frank stayed at my house the other week, and we put Frankie's highlights on, and it come up with Frankie's best saves but worst mistakes. And he's told me, so Swansea got lobbed from the halfway line, couldn't do anything about it. But Frank's like, don't worry, like I've had worse than that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, whatever. When we're watching this clip, he's got lobbed like from inside the other half, a lot worse than mine, by the way. But yeah, like everyone does it, you know what I mean? But yeah, sorry, back to the question, your mentality and that. Yeah, I think my mentality is like up there, so I can't like, I don't want to get too over like, I don't know how to explain it. Saying that I'm a championship goalie when I'm working to get to that. You know what I mean?
Have you noticed that you've got better at dealing when things don't go to plan than you might have been, say, 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, definitely. But I think that's like with age. Like you probably mature a little bit, and no one's perfect, are they? So everyone makes mistakes. Like it's just mine's in front of a lot of people, so they probably notice it a little bit more.
When you go into the changing room now,
yeah,
you've mentioned obviously your friendship with Frankie and Tarun, the other different goalkeepers in the goalkeeping union, and you mentioned Ash.
Yeah.
Who are the players that stand out for you every single day that you are over the moon that you get to play with?
Ooh, I'm gonna say all of them, and but probably Steve and Krez, because like and Gibbo, like they've all played Premier League football. Trying to think I ain't missed anyone out. But yeah, they've like Steve's won the World Cup. Like that's mental. You know what I mean? Like it is when you think about it. It is like Krez has played hundreds in the Premier League, like so, and Gibbo's played obviously in the Premier League as well and played for England. So yeah, like when you look at them like that, you're like, you probably won't get that. Like might not ever get that again playing for a World Cup or being in the change room with a World Cup winner. So I think you just got to like take that as much as you can and like just learn off it. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to be a Stoke player?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, like I've basically grown up at the club. You know what I mean? I remember coming when I was 12, however old I was, and just training on the Astro. And then as the older you get, like the closer you get really. And then to be where I am now, and you look back, you've come a long way, sort of thing. So yeah, means a lot, and hopefully we can try and get promoted very soon.
Do you feel like that this is going to be your club for a long time?
Yeah.
Does it feel like you feel like you can see a path? I don't want to say succession path, but you can see a way that it can happen.
Yeah, definitely. Like growing up, there's always been a pathway for me, and you know, I want to be at this club as long as I can because you know I actually genuinely like really enjoy being here, and like I just love coming in every day and like trying to improve. I think that helps with the staff and the people around me as well. Obviously, I've got an unbelievable goalie coach in Daz, who's like he's top. And he makes things so enjoyable, but hard work and making you better and stuff. Like, yeah, I think I'll come in every day wanting to learn, and as long as I've got that, then I just want to stay at the club for as long as I can. And
because you've been here for such a long time, the fans have taken you under the wing.
Yeah, the fans have been good as well. You know, obviously coming in at the circumstances where we are, you know, I thought we started off really well, and then obviously we dropped off a little bit, but they've always stood by us and stood by me as well, which doesn't go unnoticed either. And yeah, I actually really appreciate what they've done for me. Yeah.
What I love about Stoke fans more than most is the fact that wherever you are in the world, Stoke fans are like in the group of fans that want to tell you the Stoke fans.
Yeah.
Like if you lived in, no disrespect to Portsmouth or Southampton,
yeah.
But everywhere you go in Staffordshire, if you're a Stoke fan, 9 times out of 10 you've got something that's got a Stoke badge on.
Oh, 100%. I see it on like some cars and that in the what's it, rear mirror or whatever. Yeah, see it there all the time. But that's the club, innit? Like, because I live around the area and stuff, someone's always wearing a Stoke shirt, and it is sort of like a one club city sort of thing, innit? So and I've always wanted to play for a team like that. So yeah, and to do it so far it's been really good, and hopefully long may continue.
Do you always want to speak to someone if they've got a Stoke badge on, and then you forget, actually, I'm a footballer?
I can't do that. That's like, nah. But if I see him, like, and they look at me, I'll just got that. But it's more like when you get a Tesco and that, like, just going to get your shop and, like, you see them and then, like, they see you and then you just end up having a little chat. But yeah, they're great people.
It's when they look in what you've got in your basket and you've got loads of Ben and Jerry's. They're like, no, it's for someone else.
Chocolate digestives, that's what I like. Yeah, but now every fan I've come across have been really good, and just normal, which is nice.
Good people.
Good people, very good people.
You're legends.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.